What's up, everybody, and welcome to my YouTube channel. And yes, this view behind me is a green screen, and this Rolex is rented, and yes, that is a rented Cybertruck. Did you really think I'd say anything else? Like, look, the truth is most copywriters in 2026 and beyond think that it's impossible to make 25K a month. Oh my God, AI is taking our jobs. But the truth is, they just have no flying idea what they're doing, to the point where they think that me having an apartment that costs literally the price of one client is crazy. Or, a client buying one bundle of calls, like a proper business buying one bundle of calls, and I only had to deliver 10 calls, gave me enough to buy this Rolex. Is that hard to believe? This is the highest paid profession, next to sales, next to media buying, in the space right now. You can make more than a doctor or lawyer, but only if you shut the hell up and quit thinking everyone's a scammer and listen, because I'm running the biggest clients in the entire game right now. And I'm being nice by taking time out of my busy schedule to help you. So if that's you, keep watching. I'm about to reveal all the crazy, dirty secrets of what's working right now in 2026. So you can go on to charge up to $23,000 per client like I currently do. And I have 10 clients at the time of this recording. So pay close attention. Now, here are real results from complete beginners. I don't have the actual screenshot in this presentation because I am pretty much doing charity work by helping you at this point. But so I don't have to prove shit either, because people already think all my shit's fake anyway. So whatever. Okay. That is definitely a managed generated thumbnail, but who cares? That is inspired by a real photo. Now this, like Bill, he closed a client with zero experience and a zero portfolio and had zero clients before that. And then Renata, she closed 3 clients in her first 2 weeks. One was a 500,000 person list. And then she went to 5K a month in only 4 months after starting to work with me. That's not the point of this video, but just so you know, this shit's freaking possible. I talk about this a lot in my other free trainings. So just like watch the YouTube videos. And also the other ones, I show actual screenshots. So I dare you to look into me. All right. The truth is, people, whistleblowers like that are just salty they're broke. All right. So here's what you'll learn today. This is the 5-step system client, even if you have zero experience and zero portfolio and zero connections. Okay. And why it's your hidden advantage. And I'm going to show you why having no experience might actually be your biggest advantage. All right. And the game changer. So stick around for step 3, because that's the one that changes everything. But first, who am I? And no, that's not a picture of me. Okay. In a boardroom. You think I would actually be presenting to a bunch of people in a boardroom, or you think I would be shit posting in my clown house right now in Tampa, Florida? Yeah, you decide. So my name is Christian Davis. I'm generated $57 million in revenue across 53 businesses. It's actually 58 now, but who cares? I've worked with the biggest self-development gurus in the entire game. Also worked with Alex Hormozy and Russell Brunson. I've made Alex Hormozy freaking millions of dollars. You're welcome, Alex. He's made YouTube videos about me without name dropping me. Fun fact of some of the videos, like let me find one here for you. And I said, dude, this is literally me that made this entire freaking video. And people just roasted me in the comments saying, nice try, Diddy. This is freaking Alex Hormozy we're talking about. And I'm like, okay, so you're a D writer for some guy who just has more money than you, and you're super skeptical. But yes, my video got 326,000 views. Okay, that's why I'm getting all the clients. So I would suggest you shut up and listen. So I'm not some guru who quit doing the work. I'm in the trenches every single day, crushing this shit with you. I don't just sell a course. I didn't just make all this money selling a course. I'm actually fucking doing this with you for the biggest people in the game. All right, so pay close attention. The bad advice that's keeping you broke. So here's what every guru is telling you. Use cold email templates. Build a portfolio first. Do free work for 6 months to build social proof. Most of that advice is complete garbage. And it's the reason you're still broke, because cold email with no social proof, does not work. All right. No one can see your face. No one knows who you are. You're in an inbox filled with spam, and it doesn't even work for beginners or anybody. If you're advanced like me, it can work, but beginners, no. The real reason beginners can't get clients is It's positioning, okay? It has nothing to do with experience, all right? So the problem is you're calling yourself a copywriter, which means you're competing against thousands of other copywriters on Upwork fighting over $200 gigs, all right? And so clients hear copywriter and think commodity and replaceable and a cost center. And okay, so here's my story. When I started, I was the same way. I was working at Costco, no degree, no connections, no portfolio, all right? And what changed everything for me was I started positioning myself as something completely different. I stopped competing on writing skills and I started competing on business results. And that single positioning change is what took me from broke at Costco, making $11 an hour, to generating $57 million in email revenue for my clients. All right. And you can use your imagination when you make people millions and millions of dollars and you get paid a commission. Like, that's why we're out here, and that's why it's not that crazy for me to have like my modest things. Like, I actually have a pretty modest life. It's not that crazy. All right. It's just you're thinking small. All right. So come into my reality. All right. So here's why zero experience is actually your advantage. All right. Backwards thinking. Most beginners think they need case studies first, and that's completely ass backwards. The right clients actually prefer fresh talent who will study their business instead of copying and pasting what worked for someone else. All right. So the problem with experience is experienced copywriters have bad habits. They think they know everything. They resist new systems. They're, stuck in their old ways, and they recycle the same templates for every client. All right. And your weapon is you're a blank slate. You're actually going to listen, and you're actually going to implement. And that's your secret weapon. All right. So be the most prepared, not the most experienced. And you don't need the most to be the most experienced marketer in the room. You need to be the most prepared. All right. So that means showing up with a system, a framework, a step-by-step plan for exactly how you're going to make that business more money through email. This isn't rocket science. Okay. I literally just, instead of treating this like a get rich quick, infinite money glitch in RuneScape, I just treated this like being a doctor lawyer. I'm like, okay, I'm just going to wake up every day and like treat this like a real profession unlike everybody else. And it's insane how the results I got. It's insane how well I was able to do and how far I was able to go just because no one was really trying. All right. It's because this is a relatively new industry. So like use this to your advantage. Okay. Like have the people that want an infinite money glitch at your disposal, go like beat them through just like treating this like a real job, which you already have most likely, unless you're a bum or you're retired. And yeah, let's just freaking keep going here. So when you walk someone through a 17-step email profit formula, like the one I have and that I reveal to my students, and also in my free email course, go to freeemailcourse.io if you want access to it. So you can learn the 17-step email profit formula. You can learn about how I charge up $23,000 per client just for email marketing. That's it. Okay. And they've never seen anything like it. Experience becomes irrelevant. It's like being trained. It's like being a trained chef following a Michelin star recipe versus some random person who's been cooking for 20 years with no system. Okay. I mean, that person who's been cooking for 20 years might be good, but are they a Michelin star good? You know what I mean? Can they just vibe their way to success? Maybe, if they know what they're doing and they're smart, but most people are like mentally disabled. Let's be real here. So step one, stop calling yourself a copywriter. Step one is the most important thing you'll learn today. So stop calling yourself a copywriter and start calling yourself a full stack email marketer. So go change your bios right now. All right. And you can go ahead and copy me. You can copy my Instagram. All right. I mean, you can, it's at copywriter, in case that's not enough social proof for you. Okay. So just change that shit right there. Okay. I have no idea why, but my screen recorder just went all Alex Jones on me. All right. So copywriter writes emails, $200 to $500 per project, and your clients churn every 2 to 3 months. That's why most copywriters are making $30K a year. Okay. That's why people load my comments up with nice try Diddy, because they're like, oh, copywriting is a scam, dude. Everybody's fucking struggling. It's like, why are the top 1% making more in a month than everyone else is making in a year? It's because of these systems I'm teaching you right now. Okay, as much as I'd love to take all the credit for this, I've also had people show me the secret sauce along the way, and then I've tweaked and iterated and made it better and build my own career that way. Okay, so a full stack email marketer is someone who handles the copy, the tech, the strategy, automations, deliverability, segmentation, revenue tracking, you name it. And you charge $5K to $6K per month for just 40 emails a month. All right. And with AI, you can have AI write those emails very quickly. Like I can write 40 emails in an hour or two and be done for the month and then collect my 5 to 6K. All right. So while everyone's crying about AI stealing their job, I'm like just collecting all the retainers and just doing all the work in like a sliver of the time. All right. So what side of the table do you want to be on? Your choice. And it's a good first step to be watching this video. All right. Or you can be a copy clown. So the math that sells itself, $72,000 a year for just one client. That's $6K a month times 12 months. I keep my clients for anywhere from 12 to 18 months, or I've even had clients up to 3 years. Okay. That's over $100,000. Okay. That 4 clients, that's $288,000 writing 1 email a day. And you can have AI write them very quickly and be done for the day, or write them all for the week in a couple hours, be done for the day and go travel in Croatia like Emily, who just closed a 6K a month client, writing 1 email a day, which is my student. Okay. And if this was the case for you to be a regular copywriter, you would need 576 gigs. Okay. These are small one-off gigs, not like funnels here. Okay. So here's what clients actually want. They don't want emails. They want revenue. They want someone who can look at their entire email system and say, here are the 17 things we need to build. Here's the revenue each one will generate. And here's my plan to get it done. So when you show a complete system, not just, I write copy, bro, you're a strategic partner, not a cost center. And strategic partners don't get negotiated down to $200. They get retained at $5K a month. And they're thanking their lucky stars that their return on investment's obvious. Okay, so step 2, start with the lowest hanging fruit. So don't start with cold outreach, start with the lowest hanging fruit and work your way up. I teach something called the client acquisition ladder, where you go from the warmest and easiest way to get clients all the way to the coldest and hardest in that order. Okay, so most gurus teach you to start at the hardest rung, and that's freaking insane, which is cold email. So on to the dirty bits here, where to find your first clients. All right, so tier 1 is in-person and local networking, easiest way to get clients, especially if you live near Miami. Oh my God, you just freaking clean up. Huge hack for anybody young who doesn't have kids, who can move easily and freely. Move to Miami, move into the SLS Lux, and then get clients in the elevator. I didn't do that, but I highly recommend that. Okay. Social media DMs. Yes, this still works in 2026 and beyond. I have entire videos talking about this, like go check them out. And then why social media beats email for beginners, because they can see your face, your content, your personality, and you're a real person. All right. So yes, use your personal profile. All right. Don't be a clown. And the key is don't pitch. You just start conversations and be helpful and be the person in the Facebook group who actually gives good advice. All right. And then here's the hunting versus farming hybrid strategy. So farming is bringing the clients to you. Hunting is going out and getting the clients. So I do a combination of both, mostly farming at this point because I've earned my way there. And life gets so easy when after you put in a lot of the hard work, like, oh my God, I cannot believe like how automated my life is now. So the best strategy combines hunting and farming. All right. So farming is mostly posting valuable content, so leads come to you in Facebook groups or on your wall. And then hunting is direct outreach to qualified prospects. All right. So hunt for immediate wins while farming for long-term leads. As your farming grows, your need for aggressive hunting decreases. All right. And so in the beginning, do 20 to 50 strategic DMs a day. 100 is even better. I do a lesson with Yogi where we talk about, how he went and started making 30 to 40K a month at 21, despite being from a small town in Mumbai, India, with dirt floors and no one had a fucking computer. Excuse my language. So I would do 2 to 3 posts a week at least if I was you. Consistency is important because you want to stay top of mind and create genuine engagement in your niche communities. And you'd be surprised how much notoriety you can get from this. I've literally just been doing this in a Facebook group consistently for a while, and I'll have people approach me at events, say, oh my God, is that actually you? Bro, can I get a picture? And if you do want to see me in the wilds and you want a photo, no worries, I got you. But yeah, it's just that can happen to you too. I'm just a normal guy. So how to qualify the right clients? Here's a 5-point system. All right. 1 is the email list. Do they have an email list? Obviously pretty self-explanatory. We're email marketers here. So then you want a high margin product, in my opinion. So info is really good, SaaS, consulting, all that. And then you have an active business, obviously, not a side hustle, real revenue. Budget. So look at their budget, look at how much money they're potentially making. You can look, there's different like Chrome extensions so you can see how much traffic their website's getting or how many followers they have on Instagram. If they have 10,000 followers on Instagram or more, they're probably making 50 to 100K a month unless they're like literally mentally disabled. And then if they are, you can pitch them and sell them like for 20K or 20% rev share and make a quick like 10 to 30K. All right. And are they underutilizing email? Meaning, are they filling out the 17-step email profit formula? If not, then there's your value. And again, if you don't know the 17-step email profit formula, you need to go to freeemailcourse.io and get that shit ASAP. All right. So step 3, replace email sales calls with screen shares. All right. So don't say, hey, you want to go to a sales call, bro? Obviously it doesn't work. All right. And here's free email course. Well, before I forget, and no, it's $1 now. Okay. It's not 100% free. Anyway, I'll come back to that. I forgot an E. There we go. All right. So just go here. Anyway, I'll get the fix later. So replace sales calls with screen shares. All right, so this is the step I told would change everything. Stop doing sales calls and start doing screen share diagnostics. All right, and so what to show on the screen share? I have entire lessons about this in freeemailcourse.io, but the current setup is check out the current email setup. Are they missing part of the 17-step email profit formula? Are they not? Find the gaps, identify which ones they're missing, which ones are not, and then the revenue impact. So based on your list size and the average order value, these automations are costing you approximately, this amount per month. And in general, you can safely assume it's about 20% extra that they're missing out on. If it's a shitty automation setup, probably more, probably 50% if they're missing it altogether. Okay. So why this works with zero experience, but you may be thinking, but Christian, how can I do a diagnostic if I've never had a client? Well, it's because you're following a system. All right. The 17-step email profit formula tells you exactly what to look for. So you're not guessing, you're running a checklist. All right. It's like a doctor with a diagnostic tool. A new doctor with a proven checklist will find more problems than an experienced doctor winging it. Okay. So you're not faking expertise. You're demonstrating a system that has generated $57 million in results. Okay. Step 4, use borrowed credibility. Okay. So either if you want to work with me, you can use all my credibility with Layla Hermosi, Alex Hermosi, and Russell Brunson, all the millions I made everybody. Or you can go out there and find someone to work for free and get them to help you share their case studies. But that's just like not very common. Okay. You got to probably meet them in person for that to work. Okay. So don't hit me up and ask to work for free. I'm going to say no. Okay. I'm not going to allow it. So positioning mistakes to avoid. Don't say I'm a fast learner. Say I'm trained in a proven framework and I'm here to plug it into your business. Don't say I'll write great copy. Say I drive revenue through email using strategic backend campaigns. And don't say just give me a chance. Say I'm already operating on a proven system. You're not taking a chance. You're taking control. Okay. And don't say I'm new, so I'll work for cheap. Do say offer high ROI execution based on systems that have generated massive results. All right. So step 5, the 1 to 3 week sprint. Week 1. Week 1 is all about setup and starting up with the warmest leads. Okay, so update your bio to full stack email marketer, get a professional photo done. That means get like a freaking stand like this. Okay, get a good light like the one I have. All right, choose your brand colors. Don't like spend all day on this. You should probably spend 5 seconds doing all this, okay? Or else you're gonna like stay struggling. Your choice. And start engaging in Facebook groups and communities where your ideal clients hang out. Don't pitch, just provide value, okay? Day 3 to 4, identify your target niche, coaches and consultants and info products, like preferably people that have a course in an area that you have experience in, okay? Okay, week 2. So you start hunting while you're farming takes some root. Okay, so daily outreach, 20 to 50 DMs. And then your goal is to book 3 to 5 screen share calls a week. And I reach out to people using the Spark framework. All right, so I stand out with a genuine hook, identify a specific problem, I show authority through a system, then I connect to revenue they're losing, and then I offer a kickoff screen share. Yes, it's a fancy acronym, I know. So the week 1 to 3, here's the 1 to 3 week sprint. Week 3, okay, the diagnostic. Like this is you on a screen share with the client, okay? You run the diagnostic for them, share the gaps, quantify the revenue they're missing on the table, which makes your retainer seem easily attainable and achievable for them to pay it. So in general, you want to charge like 10 to 20% of what they're already making. So you're going to have a hard time charging, more than 5K or 5K in general if they're not already at least making 50 to 100K a month from email, okay? Just a heads up. So the close. Then they'll usually ask, hey, can you just do this for us? And then the trial offer. So for your first client, consider a discounted trial. Like, hey, just get me into your email software and get me into your Slack channel and we'll go from there. Or we can do some test emails here or a test project here. I've had clients say, okay, fine, we're just going to test you out. We'll do 5K a month for 3 months. I'm like, okay, that's a test project for you guys. Fine. That's what I was going for anyway. All right. So don't think this isn't that crazy. All right. Bill did this and closed his first client in 8 days. And Renata did this and landed 3 clients in 2 weeks. Come on, you got this. I've had people literally message me on Instagram saying, hey, I used the 17-step email profit formula from the free course and I closed clients. Thank you. And I got you. So yeah, I have Emily closed a 6K client. Jan went from $500 gigs to a 3K client in 65 days. Eventually started charging 4K. Now he got another 4K client. He's making 8K base, and after commissions, he's closer to 10K. I have a replay on a free training I did breaking down his story and having him show up and all that. It's on the channel. So it's the system, not talent. So none of these people had experience when they started. Bill had 8 days. Renata was a full-time military mom, and Emily wasn't broke in Croatia, and Jan was on Upwork living with his parents, banging his head against the wall. And here's what they all had in common. They followed a system. They positioned themselves as full stack email marketers, and they used screen shares instead of sales calls. And they started with the lowest hanging fruit. It's not talent. It's not luck. It's a system. And now you have the 5 steps. So there's your recap. Screenshot that. I don't need to keep blathering on here. And your next step is, if you want to go deeper, meaning you get the actual scripts, the 17-step email profit formula, the Spark outreach framework, and the screen share templates, and the full client closing system, I put together a free training that walks you through everything way more in depth. Link in the description of this video. And if you're ready to go all in and want me and my team to personally help you close your first 5K client or manage your email list for you if you're a business owner, there's a link to book a call below too. So either way, you have the 5 steps. Go execute and drop a fire emoji in the comments and tell me what step was your biggest aha moment. I got you. I'll see you on the channel. Peace.